Okay, Sun Sensational is back. It's 4 o'clock. Got a little bit of wind. Our sun is going to be leaving us in about an hour. See what we're getting on the end phase. It's that 536 watts off the 1.35 kW. And I believe my other array is about 300. So I'm pushing around 800 watts right now, which isn't too bad at this hour. But anyway, so this is the wind. Let's just see what kind of readings we're getting. You can see the average we've had in the last 2 minutes. That's pretty good. Now, something I'm noticing right now, looking at these watts, and why aren't these watts higher? They should be for this mile an hour, even with my Win Max 400. If you look here, you see all these marks. This is showing you within 20 seconds or so how many different directions the wind is changed. So when the wind shifts 20, 40, 60 degrees inside of 3 seconds, what's happening is your turbine has a hard time tracking the wind and staying pointed in the wind, and that slows down the RPMs, because each time it's got to turn, it's losing its momentum. So in fact, I'm going to look here. Let's see, let me go to wind. Now let's look 295, 281, so 242, 281 I saw as a high. Okay, 241 to 305. So 305 is a high. I believe I saw 241 as a low. So that's showing you a ton. You're going 40 plus 60 degrees. I mean, I don't have the enlarged tail. And by the way, that's one of the disadvantages of the factory WinMax HY, for at least the 400, back to 8 miles an hour. Here's our production. Is the factory tail is not as large as it should be, and you really need to enlarge it to stay tracked well into the wind. But I normally don't have this problem. This is rare. Normally my wind varies inside of 15 degrees, 20 tops. So this is really strange, and that's accounting for why my production is 120. Pop up there on the watts. Here's our watts, 91. Here's our wind, 13. 105, 14. Normally 14 is hitting me around 150, 140. Let me say that again, 140. But it's not right now because of this. The variance in the degree of wind direction and the inability to track. Wind's dying out again. I will probably get some better readings later when the wind's more consistent. It's just started blowing, if I didn't say that, like 20 minutes ago. It's been pretty dead all day. Average of well, you can see the graph, check it out. This on the Davis is showing you in, I believe, in hour increments what the wind was like. So from now, the last hour to like 4 hours ago, it was dead. So we've really rebounded. Whoops, sorry. 108 on the watts there. I wish this wind wasn't so dirty right now, directional wise, where you would see a lot better readings. But I'm just, I'm not making excuses at all. Just call it as I see it. I'll be the first to admit this is not the best turbine. If I had to do it over again, I've said it before, I would go with a Hugh Pickett axial flux, similar to what Orlando did, which he, I believe, modeled off of Chris Olsen, which was modeled off of Hugh Pickett, I believe, to a great degree. But that turbine is definitely the biggest production. It's probably 30% higher than I've seen on any commercial. Maybe a Berge. Even Berges, I think, are, and they cost like $6 grand. Even the axial exceeds that Berge. From what I've seen, I haven't seen enough data points to really say that with certainty, but I can say, looking at this for almost 5 years, that axial flux is the best I have ever seen production-wise. You can't, unfortunately, just buy those. You either got to build one, which takes a lot of time and a lot of patience, or you got to buy, where you got to get someone to build one for you. And that's probably what I'm going to wind up doing and getting Orlando to buy one. I mean, buy one, to build one for me. And get some real production. Anyway, it looks like I'm getting no wind here, so I don't want to keep this too long. We're still producing at 5-6 miles an hour. Look at that. Just shows you the difference in tracking makes. Even with a modified tail on this WinMax, you're still, if you got wind varying 60 degrees, 65 degrees, and for 4 seconds, nothing's going to track that. It'll track it, but you're just going to lose the momentum and the production. But anyway, I'm glad I'm getting this on film here. It just really illustrates how important it is that your wind not be dirty in the sense of varying.